Hello, folks. This is Phil Keaggy. I want to say thanks for tuning in and listening. I want to say thanks for checking out the Keaggy's Garage. Thank Bandcamp, Tom Galata, and Team Kegworth. I just want to say it's been a real interesting time not having done concerts since, I think, March 8th was my last concert. Musicians all over the country are experiencing that sort of thing. Many folks are doing concerts online, and I'm considering one, talking to a couple good people about that. Yeah, I might come around to doing a little online concert for you all. Could be fun. In high fidelity. So I want to say thanks to everybody for checking out all the releases that we've put up, and I want to emphasize that a lot of these recordings are really special to me. I want to say thanks for those of you who've checked out the music I've done with many friends of mine, Jeff Johnson, Tony Levin, Jerry Murata, Muriel Anderson and Stanley Jordan, Rex Paul, Mike Pacelli, and Tom Shinnis, God rest his soul, as well as Bobby Blazier and Gary Lunn, just to name a few. And also the friends that comprised the MusicTellers project. I'd like to tell you about this project. It's called MusicTellers, and it's comprised of Tony Gerber, Shannon Hayden, Kyle Jones, and myself. Tony plays keyboards and flutes. Tony and I have done a couple projects together. One of them is called Red Lunar, and it's very relaxing, very enjoyable to listen to. Keyboards, flutes, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, very atmospheric. And Shannon Hayden plays cello. Let me tell you, she's remarkable. And Kyle Jones is a percussionist, Emmy Award-winning percussionist, and he's worked with so many great names. He and I did a couple albums. One is called Newman, and Cats and Jammas is another one we did with Byron House, fantastic bass player. But back to MusicTellers. Let me share a few thoughts about this project. We all wrote down some notes upon our remembrance of the 2 days that we had recorded. It fills 2 CDs. I have collaborated with Tony and Kyle in the past, great creative players, but this collection of recordings was the first time I'd worked with Shannon. Truly inspirational. I believe she brought the best out of the rest of us. These recordings are so special. We all journeyed together spontaneously over 2 days, and I continually find great delight in listening to these tracks. Kyle Jones wrote, "This project is a dialogue between masters in their field without stutter or hesitation. If I recall correctly, most of this work was done in one flow. It is my favorite album thus far." And Tony Gerber wrote, "I met Shannon 8 years ago at a festival, and we shared the stage together to fill a canceled act. She amazed everyone at the festival, including me. Ever since then, I wanted to get her in the studio for a project. Phil and I have released a couple of other albums with cello players, and I realized this was a great opportunity to bring together some amazing talent, including renowned percussionist Kyle Jones. It was a great honor to be a part of this quartet, and indeed one of my favorite projects. We tell our story through our music. We are the MusicTellers." That's what Tony had written. So I just want to encourage you folks to take a listen. Because of these times we live in, some of us have a bit more time on our hands, so we have more time to listen to music. Some of these tracks are quite lengthy, but they really take you on a journey. I have found that I've enjoyed doing yard work with my Bose headphones, listening to this music, doing dishes, or just taking a walk in the park and listening to this music. I think it's quite special. I grew up with many influences. Some of you know those influences. My brother Dave introduced me to classical music when I was a kid. I was into Elvis and Johnny Ray, and I was into the Everly Brothers, and the list goes on, of course. The Beatles came out, and I was totally into them. Blues guitar players like Michael Bloomfield, you name it, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page. In my mid-20s, I really took a new interest in listening to classical music. Ralph Vaughan Williams, English composer, renowned composer. I loved his music, especially his pastoral and the melodic symphonies. His compositions that he scored for cello and violin, viola, quintet, quartet, just beautiful music. Here's another sample from MusicTellers. So anyway, when Shannon played, because of her classical background, I noticed that there were many moments that felt like Vaughan Williams' style of composing. And I responded to that with my guitar. We all responded together. In case you missed MusicTellers, give it a chance and listen to it. It's quite a journey and it's beautiful. Thanks.